Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining me in for Marusan Mondays Season 2, or Marusan Mondays 2024's second Monday. Today we are looking at the Marusan 350 Godzilla 1971 black with infused black mold glitter infused is kind of basically what it's called. And yes, this is a Godzilla 1971 and it is absolutely awesome. I love this Marusan. I got this from Ripped City Kaiju on eBay. The second he posted this, I had to have it. So I bought it from him a few months ago, and I have been waiting to make a video on this guy because this is super cool. This is a colorway that you don't really see too often anymore. In fact, this is a figure and a mold you don't see very often too much. And there are slight differences between the Godzilla 68 suit Marusan releases. I don't think they have a 72, but they for sure have a 71 and a 68, and there are some slight differences. I wish I had the other one here to show you guys, but I don't. So, but trust me, you can look it up. It's on Club Tokyo, and we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about this figure right here in my hands, because this is one of the coolest glitters in my collection. It's very subtle. Like, even with the lights on it, you can kind of not see that there's a lot of glitter unless I move it around, and that's kind of one of the things I like, that it's very subtle on this release. The glitter is very subtle. It's still infused into the vinyl. It's just the fact that this isn't a translucent vinyl, and the glitter isn't like basically the whole mold, kind of like the Varan I've reviewed, or even the clear glitter by Alante and 89 Godzilla, where most of the vinyl is infused with glitter. This at spots does have a lot of glitter, like the legs here. The legs are very infused, but up here on the body, like, it's kind of sporadic, stuff like that. And I think it's infused, but then there might be paint behind it, perhaps. I honestly, I don't really know how this figure was done. It's really cool. I should have, honestly, bad reviewer or bad showcaser right here, I should have looked it up and seen how he did this, because this is definitely one of the unique Godzilla's in my collection. It's so cool. I love, you know what I do love? I love this head sculpt. Well, look at that. That almost looks like 67 right there. Almost. But it's definitely 68, 71, 72, 69. This is beautiful sculpt, and it does have painted teeth, eyes, and tongue. So this was some sort of lottery figure, most likely. Most of the times when they did releases like this was normally a lottery. It's just very nice. I like the red tongue in there. It just adds a little bit of flair in the silver. It really helps. Like, look at that. It pops. That head sculpt pops. And that's it. That's all the paint. There's nothing on the tail. There's nothing on the nails. There's nothing on the dorsal plates. It literally is just that right there. That is it. Only paint on this figure, but it just looks nice. Look at all that glitter. Gold, silver. There might be like some blues, it looks like, maybe even some greens or reds. Like, that's the one thing about these Marusan vinyls that I really like. It's the fact that there's so much glitter in here that, like, sometimes because of how my eyes work, I can't even fully see like all the glitter colors and stuff in there, but it's there, man. It is so good. Bottom of the feet, you can kind of see it. See, it's gotta be like, I don't know, that's interesting. It must just be like a black translucent vinyl, but because it's a darker color, it's not as transparent or opaque, I feel like, is another way to word it. So you can't see through it. It's just really cool. I'm a really big fan of this Godzilla. I'm not gonna lie. I like this. That's why I had to have it, and I got a hell of a deal on it as well. A very great deal on this figure. It does have some articulation if you guys are really into that. Arms go up and the legs go up, and that's it. Which, also fair to note, you can see I'm struggling with it a little bit. That's because this Godzilla is hard vinyl. Like, this is a harder vinyl compared to what modern day Marusans are. It's pretty thick vinyl comparatively, and I find that interesting, because Sofubi is normally translated as soft vinyl, so it's interesting that this really isn't soft vinyl at all. This is pretty hard vinyl. It feels like a Mondo release on how hard it is, but it is just absolutely pretty. I love the pose. I love the arms too. Like, there isn't a lot of articulation, but like, for the articulation that is, you can get looking up like that. Like, oh, Dude, it's the subtle things with these Sofubi figures. It's the subtle things. It's why I really enjoy this piece. I do. And I know I'm kind of just talking your guys' ears off, and that's kind of what these Sofubi showcases are supposed to be. These aren't reviews. Like, I'm not telling you guys like the objective points on this figure, because Sofubi, I feel like, is so hard to like make objective points on it. And I know I tried doing it at the beginning of the year and last year, and it never really sat the best with me. It's just like, well, of course, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna really like this Sofubi piece. That's why I bought it. Sometimes that changes in hand, of course, but for the most part, like, I'm buying it because I really like the look, and that's it right here. I really like this piece. Thus, it is in my collection, and I don't foresee it leaving. Marusan glitters are here to stay, and this is a very welcomed addition to my collection. Speaking of collections, let's do some showcases. Showed up with some of the other Marusan glitters and various figures, and just kind of look at it. Woo! So the first few Sofubi pieces that I'm going to be showcasing this 71 with is with 2 of its other older mold brothers. We've got the Godzilla 1962, and we have the Godzilla 1964. I wonder when that's getting reviewed this month. Probably the holiday weekend. And I like the way that these look. These are more classic early 2000s Marusan molds, even early 90s or late 90s, I think, for 1 or 2 of these, and all 3 just really nice together. They do. Of course, one of my other goals with these Marusan and Sofubi showcases is to kind of show the past and the present. The Titanosaurus mold to the right here is also a translucent black mold, but like I said, that one specifically, the translucent one, and the glitter's done a little bit differently, and they look super cool right next to each other. They're basically the same style, but yet they aren't. And then to the left, we have the green Godzilla 2000, which is a newer quote-unquote mold with new paint, and I like the way that these 3 look next to each other. There's just so much pop and differencing. In fact, there's so much glitter on these 2 on the sides that you almost can't tell that there's glitter on the one in the middle. But then just move him around a little bit, and boom, there's the glitter. It's just fun. I love it. Of course, while looking at the past and present, I feel like it would be a huge folly of me if I didn't compare it to the brand new release Mondo Godzilla 1969. Which, once again, it's the same Godzilla suit, so it is a fair comparison. And just looking at these 2 different Godzilla suit incarnations it's incredible. Like, this is very clearly, this is the Mondo, or the Marusan style, and here's the Mondo style, and they're the same Godzilla, but they're so uniquely different from each other, and I really enjoy these 2 next to each other. And this is actually the first time I put them right next to each other, and it's I love them both. I will love them both. I really do. It is so cool to see next to each other like this. Hopefully y'all didn't think that I would forget to show the Marusan Hedorah that goes with this Godzilla technically, and although they aren't size accurate at all, I really do like these 2 different colors, like almost clashing against each other. I think they look very nice, and it's very refreshing to see just the Hedorah set again, because my collection has changed so much. It's nice to see little pairings like this next to each other, even in Sofubi form, and just be like, this is the movie right here. Like, it's so cool. I love this Hedorah, and I love this Godzilla set. And for my final comparisons, we gotta look at 2 of the figures I just unboxed today, and that's the Mondo Evolved Godzilla Retro Titan colors and the Unraku and Saku USA Decon exclusive Shin Godzilla art, at least as of this recording. It's Decon and US exclusive. So awesome to look at these 3 Sofubi next to each other. And that wraps up this Marusan Monday showcase. And hopefully I was able to show you guys another really cool, kind of more, I don't want to say obscure, but kind of obscure Godzilla 71 mold, and then coloring in general. I really want to make my Marusan collection be filled with some of the newer pieces, but I also want to grab some of these, especially when it comes to glitter pieces, some of these older ones, because I feel like they kind of get lost or maybe even forgotten, and I don't want any of the colorways or color terms being forgotten about, and I don't want any of these molds being forgotten about, because hopefully they all can get reissues at some point down the line. and I think this is one of the coolest Godzilla 1971s out there. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and see you guys next Monday for the next Marusan Monday 2024 video. There's going to be a double, because it's definitely not 2 second form Shin Godzillas. See you guys then.